people are under the misapprehension that anything you do while protesting is actually an illegal act. Of course not true. You have many, many rights. The first thing is to write the number of a legal services group or an attorney that you know on your arm in the event that you are arrested. That way you have access to that number to call immediately as soon as possible. Once you are actually being detained by the police, the most important things to remember are to not speak to them. Giving them your name and address is fine, but beyond that, you should not answer any questions that the police ask you, and you should immediately tell them that you're invoking your right to remain silent and that you wish to speak to an attorney. My lawyer said I cannot talk to you. I need to call her. I kind of like joke with them, just like make me the bad guy. My lawyer said I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you until I talk to her. Let me talk to her. She insisted. I'm sorry, but I have to call my lawyer. So once you're being arrested, it's possible that the police will try to gain access to your phone or other personal devices. So it's important to tell them that you do not consent to a search of your phone or any device or your person. Although when you are legally arrested, you can be searched personally. You can get patted down, your pockets will be searched. So that's, back to kind of in preparation for going out. I'd also advise people to leave anything they don't want the police to find at home. Another important thing to remember is not to consent to your DNA being taken. That could look like just a swab of the inside of your cheek. And of course, when the police seek your DNA, they will not make it sound like a very big deal. They might also make it sound like part of your arrest processing. Like this is just something that is part of what happens. And then when you're done, you can go. We're just going to swab your cheek. It's not a big deal. It is a very big deal. Your DNA would be taken from you, and it could be entered into an NYPD, in our case, database. There are databases just like this all over the country. However, the police don't only ask to take your DNA, they do have other methods of collecting it. So I want everyone to be aware of what they are. They include offering people bottles of water, offering people cigarettes, offering people gum, or other items that go to your mouth and then get left behind. That is a way to collect your DNA. It is a very good idea to ask somebody near you to record while it's happening and to, loudly invoke your rights, to perhaps narrate what's happening to you, just so that there's some context to the video, and then to make sure that there's a record for afterwards of what it is that you've experienced. I would recommend that you get the names and badge numbers of any of the officers who are involved in either your abuse and arrest or the abuse and arrest of others around you. Now, I want to be clear. We live in the real world and we've all seen the video of what's happening. Some of us have witnessed that in person. Knowing your rights will not save you from physical assault or from any number of the things that the police want to do to you. But it could potentially mitigate some of the harm that can be done if you take the steps beforehand to protect yourself, during to protect yourself to the extent possible, and then afterwards to make sure that you're preserving all the information about what happened to you. But I also want to remind everyone, you should be realistic, you should stay safe, and you should also be kind to yourselves if after the fact you realize that, maybe you forgot one of the steps, or maybe you didn't invoke your right to remain silent because you were nervous. Just be kind. We're faced with a police force that really has unmitigated power to hurt you. And so I want everyone to be safe with that knowledge.